By the Ohio Bobcats, Dwight Wilson, Jair Davis going to jump things off. Delaware going left to right as we see it across from Delaware's bench here courtside at the Bob Carpenter Center. Delaware's won 5 in a row, looking to make it 6 as they return home to the Bob Carpenter Center after 2 straight wins on the road in New Jersey. Ohio wins the jump, and we're underway here in Newark. Jalen Hunter is the point guard as he brings it over to the right side for the first set of the ball game. A touch goes to A.J. Clayton. 2 AJs, 2 Browns in the starting lineup for Ohio. They go inside to Dwight Wilson. Wilson misses closely, and Delaware scrambling to get a rebound. Finally, it's Jameer Nelson who keeps alive. He's got a 3-on-2 to start things off. L.J. Owens fakes on a 3. He'll drive baseline. Ball fake. Davis left wide open for a triple to start the ball game, and he rattles it through.
Well, that's going to be one of the big advantages for Delaware. Wilson likes to really defend down on the low block. If Jair can bring him out in the mid-range, I think it's advantage Delaware hits that early shot from one of his favorite spots.
Davis made a couple last game, starting to get more and more confident from the outside. A nice drive by Brown that time. He misses, and there's Ohio on the offensive glass, something we'll have to look for tonight.
Well, no matter who's covering Wilson or if we've switched off onto him, we've got to be sure we get a body on him early on. He positions himself very well. He's got that big frame, but he has to be aggressively blocked out.
He's looking good. Last time we saw Dwight Wilson, he was not quite as muscular, and he looks like he's in some great shape in his last campaign, a senior at Ohio. He was a ball player at James Madison for sure. Pocket pass to Christian Ray from Jameer Nelson. He can't finish at the rim. Now Ohio down by 1, 3-2 after a Dwight Wilson putback. Has it on offense. Clayton lets a 3 fly, and he hits one over Jair.
Clayton at 6'8" has a really high release on his shot. He's a catch-and-shoot player. Gets it off very quickly, so Delaware's got to get up, jam him, make him put the ball on the floor. Really fine long-range shooter.
13th make of the year for Clayton. And the first lead for Ohio, just getting started, almost 2 minutes in. Davis driving baseline right past Wilson, sends it back out to Asamoah. Ebby, wing 3, yes sir! Delaware's got 2 triples to start.
When you drive along the baseline, you may sink the perimeter defense, and that's exactly what happened off Ebby to allow him to have that wide open shot.
Going quickly, A.J. Brown to the rim and gets 2 right back in the lead right back. It's 7-6. Ohio on top with 17:45 left to go in this first half of action. Mid left block, it's Christian Ray. Double team, sends it out to Ebby Asamoah. He'll fire again. Ebby, strong that time. And a rebound to Dwight Wilson.
Well, Wilson really patrols the glass. And again, I think using Jair in the ball screen action, that's one of the weaknesses of Ohio's defense.
Hunter on the wing, cross-court pass. It's caught by Brown. He'll drive inside the lane, and he gets that one to go. Last 4 shots have gone through for Ohio. They lead by 3.
Brown started the last game that they played against Stetson. That was his first start of the year. Had been used very little in some of the earlier season games. He's really rounding into form. This is a guy that loves to hunt out his offense.
Ray inside, and he scores around Dwight Wilson. Wilson didn't jump at Christian Ray, and he extended his right arm to get it off the window and through. A 9-8 lead for Ohio. Hunter stopped at the foul line, back out to Brown. Brown, a crossover dribble on Ray, a head fake, and a nice defensive block by L.J. Owens to send it the other way. Here comes Jameer in traffic, draws contact, and Jameer Nelson should be shooting a pair. That's the first on Ohio.
Jameer is great in transition when he realizes the defense is backpedaling. He continues to attack. He'll draw contact. That was created all because of the aggressiveness of Nelson in the open court.
Jameer having a conversation with the official baseline. I thought perhaps...
I don't disagree with you, Scott. He was trying to get it up, but couldn't because they strangled his arm.
That's right. He'll inbound it. 26 to get a shot off for Delaware, down by 1. It's 9-8. And now Jair Davis on the right block. Sends it out. Ebby's 1 of 2. And now 2 of 3. That one from Jair Davis, a straightaway 3.
Ebby had a terrific shoot-around today. He was on fire from the 3, so his teammates know that. They're finding him, and he looks at like he's in terrific rhythm.
Ebby only shooting 25% from 3 on the season. But you got to remember, he was one of the hottest hands in conference play a season ago. He is one of the best 3-point shooters in the conference. He's just got to get it going once again. Clayton trying to get it going. His second three attempt, missing this time. Tipped around, should be Delaware basketball, and it is with 16:01. But Ebby, if he can make 2 or 3 a game like he was a season ago, wow, Delaware's going to really have some offensive threats from beyond the arc.
He can be a streaky shooter, but when he feels it, he's at his best, spotting up either in the deep corner or the top of the key, and he has great elevation on his shot.
Jameer Nelson, speaking of elevation, Jameer Nelson to the cup.
What a great play, using his body extremely well to ward off a potential shot blocker.
Hunter slip, stolen away by Jameer. He had 4 last game on Monday. The kick out, LJ Owens, transition 3, long, offensive rebound, Ebby Asamoah. Nelson tries to drive behind the back dribble, step back, foul line, fadeaway, strong, and a rebound on the defensive glass for Ohio. Newly inserted Gabe Witznitter. And now Clayton open again for 3. He's made 1, now his second is down for Clayton.
He's got to be spotted quickly on the perimeter. He's hunting out that trailer position as he comes down. He's looking for that long-range shot from the deep slot. He's got to be challenged earlier.
Delaware up 13-12. After that 3 made by Clayton, his 14th of the year. Nelson with 14 to work, gets it to Asamoah. Now Jair Davis turns and faces. Beyond the arc, left side, drives into the paint, to the right hand, contact, and it bounced around the rim, did not drop, and Jair Davis will shoot a pair when we come back. 14:51 left to go in the first half of this one at the Bob Carpenter Center. Your Blue Hens Sports Network timeout score, Delaware 13, Ohio 12.
To those before us who built our legacy, we pay tribute.
We stand ready to make you proud.
Represent the 302 and beyond.
We are family, built through inclusivity.
Built from adversity. Brick by brick.
We are built to fight. Built to beat anyone.
We are Blue Hens.
We are Blue Hen built.
At Chevy, the holidays mean going places and doing things you love to do with friends and family. Visit your local Chevy dealer, and when you find your red tag, you find your deal. Then make the most of your time with the people who matter most. Find new moments, find new roads. Current Chevy owners can use Red Tag Bonus Cash to get $4,000 total cash allowance on all 2022 Silverado pickups with a 2.7-liter turbo engine. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Against no matter who's playing him on Ohio, and right now he's really had a nice advantage, and he's realized exactly how to attack. Gets in with his left shoulder, right hand. They was a little unlucky. I thought that last shot could have easily gone in.
It certainly could have. Delaware comes out of the timeout with a new lineup. Arletti going to check in the basketball game, and we'll see Houston Emery for the first time. Played 3 minutes against Ryder, 9 against Princeton. Getting some early minutes here today. Asamoah and Ray getting a breather. Jair Davis at the free throw line to shoot a pair. Last foul was called against Ohio. That's their second. And Witznitter was called for the foul, his first. As Davis gets to the free throw line, reminder that Food Line is the proud sponsor of the score. To give more program for each free throw the Blue Hens make in today's game, Food Line Feeds will donate 100 meals to a local area food bank. Davis at the strike, missing short on the first free throw. Jair on the season shooting 71% from the line.
Well, Jair really works hard on his free throw shooting game because he knows he's going to get to the free throw line quite a bit. A player like this ought to average somewhere between 7 and 10 free throw attempts a night.
Could add anything to the scoreboard there as you missed both of them. Delaware's lead remains 13-12 after a missed opportunity at the free throw line for the sophomore. Driving is Hunter, stopped by Davis, sends it back out. The lefty three on the way and strong from Ben Roderick, and a defensive rebound for the Hens. Arletti, newly inserted, brings the ball up the court. Wing, right side, it's Nelson. Sees an opening, sends it back to Davis. Davis will fire again from three, this time short. And Hunter slips for the second time today as he grabs the defensive rebound. Now the point guard left alone, and the lefty three from Hunter is off the mark. Roderick, though, gets the offensive rebound and gets past two for a layup.
Well, first of all, we left the shooter wide open at the top of the key. We've got to communicate better when our substitute pattern is in. Then the offensive rebound, nobody checked out, and then a nice seal by the big man inside to allow Roderick to get to the basket and score.
Davis, top of the key, gets to Nelson. He was held up a little bit, trying to find an angle, trying to find a foul. Throws it up at the rim and no whistle. So Ohio's on the run. Hunter again from three. Hunter again missing, and Jair Davis grabs the defensive board. 13:40, first half of basketball. Delaware trails by one. And a kick ball as Nelson tried to enter it into Emory.
Ohio wants to play an up-tempo game. I think this is good for them. They can play deep. They're trying to possibly fatigue Delaware a little bit by running a lot of subs in, pushing the pace. They're going to shoot it quickly, and Delaware is going to have to really be good in the mid-range long rebounds of securing them. That's going to be one of the keys to the game.
Orlando inbound, sideline right. Nelson, guarded by the rookie A.J. Brown. Brings it to the left side, stops at the elbow. Davis above the free throw line. Right side to Arletti, 15 to work for John Marco. He tucks, sends it back to Nelson. Long three from Jameer, and it's off the mark. Long rebound for Davis. Running start at it after the offensive rebound. Gets to Arletti, extra pass McCoy, right off the bench, and missing on a three there. Johnny made some big triples against Ryder on Monday night. Now Ohio going quickly inside the lane, floating up and through for Devon Baker, his first bucket, and a three-point lead for the Bobcat.
They count on Baker coming in and providing them with a lot of energy and scoring off the bench. He really loves to push it, and he's very good in that mid-range.
Hens haven't scored in 3 minutes. During that time, Ohio is on a 7-0 run. Ball knocked down of bounds. It'll stay Delaware basketball, and Jair Davis going to get his first breather as Christian Ray comes back in. McCoy, Emery, Ray, Nelson, and Arletti on the floor. Nelson, the only Blue Hen yet to take a seat in this one. Don't know if he will.
Good point.
They love when he's out on the floor for good reason. 23 the other night, and he does things like that. Drawing a foul on a rip through from Devin Baker.
I think so many times when Jameer Nelson drives, he's looking to get fouled. He uses his body extremely well. He doesn't get rewarded as often as I know he would like or as I think he should, but he's really clever at getting in, positioning himself, attacking chess, and getting to the free throw line.
3-point lead for Ohio. Reset on the shot clock after the foul. Nelson, change of pace, change of direction, missing on the runner in the lane. And now pushing again is Baker. Baker leans, missing short. McCoy climbing. Dwight Wilson to grab a defensive rebound, and now the Hens turn to push. It's Arletti across half court. Gets it to Nelson. Squares, fires, cannot hit. Strong. Wilson tracks down the long rebound on the run. It's Roderick. He gets fouled in transition, and he'll shoot a pair.
One of the issues when you take a long-range three, and if it rebounds out away from the cylinder, there's a good chance if the other team gets the rebound, they're going to push the pace, and you will not have enough players back. That's what's happened now 2 times for Delaware. They've given up transition activity because their court balance has not been appropriate. You've got to have at least 2 defenders back on those long-range shots if they are missed.
First free throws of the game coming up for Ohio. First shot good from Ben Roderick, the senior from Ohio, 6'5", 205 forward. Ebion Samoa going to check back in, as is L.J. Owens. Jameer Nelson will head to the bench, and Houston Emery will do the same. So it's Asamoah, McCoy, Nelson, Owens, Ray, and Arletti on the floor, and Roderick makes them both. So a 5-point lead for Ohio. This is their largest lead thus far as we get to about the 12-minute mark. 12:10 on the clock in the first half. Hens have led by as many as 4. Ray, one dribble to pass to Ebion Samoa, who's made a couple of threes already in this one. Arletti, wing right side. L.J. Owens. Where's the offense going to come from with Davis and Nelson on the bench? Owens slips, picks up his dribble, 8 to work. Christian Ray, corner right side. Backing down Wilson. Sends it back out to Asamoah. He's got 3 seconds. Now 2. Ebby cannot get a shot off. That's a shot clock violation. Ohio's fired up for their defensive stance, and well, they should be. Tough defense that time by the Bobcats, and it'll send us to a break. 11:43 left to go in the first half, and your Blue Hens Sports Network timeout score. Ohio up by 5. It's 18-13 here in Newark.
Start to adjust, he can throw the ball out, and I like the weak side pick and roll as well. Ohio's had trouble all season long defending that.
Let's get you the University of Delaware Basketball Injury Report, sponsored by Christiana Care. Do your part. Get your flu shot this season to help keep you, your family, and your community stay safe and healthy. As Wes Peterson still working his way back with a knee injury. We know Gabe Moss is out perhaps for the season, although he's been warming up lately with the squad. Not able to go. Dwight Wilson inside over Ray. Rattles in and out. Tipped around, and Ray a defensive rebound. And we did get some good news that Kevin Riley should be available after missing a couple of games with an illness, working his way back from just a sickness, non-COVID related.
Nothing else getting Riley the ability to play. Gives us another player off the bench to relieve some of those heavy minutes from the starters.
Asamoah misses a 3 going the other way. Delaware's missed their last 9 shots. Brown makes his, and he's fouled. A chance for 4 for Ohio. That's a 13-0 run for the Bobcats as that one counts, and a chance for one more at the line.
For a freshman that's only started now 2 games in the season, this young man's fearless. He wants to get the ball off in a hurry. He's got a quick release. He will share the ball, but boy, if he has an opportunity, he's going to look to create some offense on his own. And a very good player and an athlete beside that fact.
I think I gave him the free throw already. 12-0 right now. It'll be 13 if he makes the 4-point play. A 12-0 run right now for Ohio. And A.J. Brown at the stripe where he shoots just 61%, but small sample size. He's now 9 of 14 on the season. Does get the rare 4-point play, and now a 22-13 lead for Ohio. It was Delaware up 13-9 in this one. Nelson and Davis back in. Starters on the floor minus Ebby and McCoy on the court. This is a team that finished the game against Ryder on Monday night. Nelson out to Davis beyond the arc, guarded by Wilson. Wilson a bigger defender. Davis has some quickness, and he takes Wilson off the dribble. A reach and foul by A.J. Sheldon slowed him up.
That's that weak side isolation for Jair. There was a double coming from the low side by Sheldon, who eventually drew the foul. But I love that action. Even though Wilson has improved his defense, he is not a matchup in terms of quickness for Jair when he puts the ball on the floor.
Ben's got to get a bucket here. Stop this run. Davis straight away. Pulls up just inside the three-point arc straight away and cannot stop the bleeding. Hens have missed their last 10 shots in the corner where Brown just made one. Now he takes a couple steps in and releases. Missing offensive putback. Dwight Wilson in a timeout by Martin Inglesby. Upset with his team's effort. Got to think on both ends.
Well, you're absolutely right, and a good timeout with Martin. I thought he just needs to break the rhythm and the flow of Ohio. Plus, you've got to just make sure that everybody understands. Find Wilson, get two people to block him out if need be.
This is a 15-0 run by Ohio. It's 24-13. Delaware led 13-9. As we look inside the box score, Ohio shooting 9 of 19. Delaware just 5 of 17. And they missed their last 10, so they were 5 of 7 in this ball game. Just 3 of 10 from 3, 3 of 7 go the Bobcats. And Ohio 6 second chance points to Delaware's none. 12 points in the paint for the Bobcats. Delaware only 4 points in the paint, and multiple guys have scored. 8 for A.J. Brown, 6 for A.J. Clayton, 4 for Wilson, 2 for Baker, 4 for Roderick. Leading scorer is Ebi Asamoah for the Hens with 2 triples. So a lot of basketball left to go, but they've got to turn it on right now at just about the halfway mark of the first half. 10-15 left to go after a timeout by Coach Inglesby. It's L.J. Owens. Bring it to the right side. Cross court to McCoy. Now it's Nelson bouncing into Davis. Davis guarded by Wilson, turns and faces. Stopped by Wilson, stripped, and a foul is going to be called. I think Baker reached it. If that's on Baker, that's his second.
The attention that Jair Davis draws is really important for Delaware. Heads turn when he has the ball. Extra help's being run. They're going to be players open. He can create for himself or set up his own other teammates. So all this action that Jair's creating here really stresses the Ohio defense or any opponent's defense.
It's the second foul on Baker, 5th on Ohio. We're exactly halfway through the first half. Hens have not scored in almost 6 minutes. McCoy bouncing inside to Davis. Mid-right block to the left side. Gets up with the right hand. Short again is Jair Davis. He's 1 of 4 from the field. He made his first shot of the night and has not scored since. Delaware has not scored in 6 minutes. Wilson's double team. Passes to Brown. Catching, releasing on a 3, and another one from A.J. Brown.
Well, Wilson did a great job of seeing the double team coming at him. He took a retreat dribble and then skips the ball to Brown, who was clearly in great rhythm and looking for the shot on that left side of the court.
Owens, he can't get one to go. Delaware's missed their last 12 shots. This is an 18-0 run by Ohio here in the first half. It's 27-13, 29-13 as they got it quickly in to Dwight Wilson, and a 20-0 run by Ohio. My goodness. Nelson to Davis. He'll fire again from the mid-range, and finally something drops for the head.
Well, Wilson's calling himself out. He wants to be substituted for. He's a little fatigued, and that's the pressure that Jair has put on him, whether he's moving to the ball or that space post up at the elbow.
Stops a 20-0 run, now a 20-2 run. You know what, we'll call it a 2-0 run for Delaware. How about that? Oh, that run ends on a putback by Ohio. Again, it's A.J. Brown. Again, it's an offensive rebound. Again, it's a second chance point for the Bobcats.
They've converted on every offensive rebound. That's their 4th.
Now a turnover. Nelson trying to squeeze one in, and Jair Davis with a reach-in foul after the steal by Hunter. That's Delaware's first turnover. 31-15 is the count early on. Wilson gets his sub. He'll come out. And McCoy will sub out as well. Starters on the floor for Delaware.
Delaware clearly out of rhythm offensively. That's a massive understatement. But sometimes you just got to slow down, work the shot clock, and get the best shot available, and don't settle early on in the possession.
Hunter inside of Wisnitter. Nelson knocked it away. Out of bounds it goes. There's Jameer Nelson being disruptive. That won't show up anywhere in the stat book as he didn't get the steal, but it stops what Ohio was trying to run offensively.
And it saved the basket. They had some sealed position there as the ball was lobbed. It would have resulted in a basket.
Ball gets inbound to Clayton. Clayton cross court. Hunter is open in the corner. Nelson closes it. Now it's Wisnitzer. Got some height on Christian Ray to the right-handed baby hook and gets it to go.
The big men for Ohio have been really instrumental here of attacking the basket, getting themselves in good position to finish close in.
Davis, baseline left, the head fake, a cross-court pass to Nelson. Nelson squares, releases, and hits a three. Nothing but net for Jameer Nelson. His first three-pointer of the night, his second make, and Delaware's down 33-18. Wisnitzer with the basketball. Clear path to the rim. He's fouled by Owens, but not hard enough. Not nearly hard enough. A chance for three at the line when we come back. Ohio dominating in this one early on. 7:21 left to go in the first half, and your Blue Hens Sports Network timeout score. Ohio 35, Delaware 18.
Do you know what a blue hen is? It's prideful, spirited, fiery. A blue hen never backs down from a challenge. And we're there to support them. Delaware Orthopedic Specialist, the official orthopedic partner of University of Delaware Athletics.
When it comes to the health of you and your family, you want to trust in having the best partner for your well-being. Ranked among the top 50 in the country, that's exactly what you'll find at ChristianaCare. Because you deserve excellence from your physician, specialists, nurses, and staff, with safe and convenient ways to get the care you need. And at ChristianaCare, we add in something special: love. It's at the heart of everything we do, and we do it all for the love of health. Your health.
It's there in his passion to teach and help his students create, and there in helping her students stay focused on a task and get it right. It's also in that moment when she accomplishes a goal she's been working on for weeks, or in that nudge of encouragement that motivates her to learn. Student success in Delaware Public Schools is built on these individual stories happening every day, and it's driven by teachers and education support professionals working together to give every student the attention they need to be successful in life.
Delaware Hospice's programs and services provide care and compassionate support for patients and their families affected by serious illness. From the time an illness has been diagnosed, we will be there for you and your family throughout treatment, the final stages of disease and bereavement. Founded in 1982, we're a trusted community partner in serious illness education and support. Delaware Hospice, the state's only community-based nonprofit hospice agency, offering choice, care, and comfort.
If they want to get to 6, 26-5 run over the last 8 minutes for Ohio over Delaware. And Bill, for the Hens to get back into it, the pace, the style's got to change.
It certainly does. It's been an up-tempo, flowing game, and Ohio plays better in that than Delaware is right now. We've got to slow the tempo down. There have been already 22 possessions for Ohio, and typically by this time the other team might have had 14 or 15 in some of these other games recently. So we've got to get back on defense. We've got to defend our glass. We've got to make them work on the defensive end. Even if it gets down to the final seconds, we don't get the best shot. We've got to find a way to slow them down, tire them out a little bit, and take them out of their rhythm.
Wisnitzer makes the free throw, completes a three-point play. As went to break, LJ Owens was called for his first foul. Delaware has 4 as a team, and they're down 36-18. They led 13-9 in this one. That seems like ages ago, with 7:07 left to go in the first half, and a big advantage for the visiting team. Ohio defends as Ray gets on the right side, drives to the cup, scores with the left hand. Christian Ray with a nice take.
The reversal of the ball 3 times to get the ball isolated on the weak side for Christian Ray is just what Delaware has to do. That was a great moment there on the bench by Martin Inglesby to settle his team down. Let's run our offense and play at our speed, not Ohio's.
James in the game for the first time. The freshman from Cleveland gets a touch. Lobs inside of Wisnitzer. 2 guys open as he's triple team, but he can't get the pass off because Jameer Nelson ripped it away. Another steal for Jameer. Ray across half court. Corner to Owens. Owen driving baseline. Tough take by LJ Owens. And the Hens have scored 4 in a row.
And when you're having trouble making shots from the outside, what do? You make the adjustment. You drive the ball. Get to the basket.
36-22 with 6:14 remaining. And a bumping foul going to be called against Delaware. believe that was Ebi Asamoah, who just was not in great position that time on the drop.
He knew we were going to switch it, and he got caught a little lower than he should have been. As the ball came back and rejected, he should be right there to defend that. A smart play by Ohio on that ball screening action.
36-22. Second foul on Asamoah. Clayton, quick release on a three, missing long, and Hunter tracks down the long offensive board. Corner shot is up and in. After the offensive rebound, Elmore James knocks it through.
Well, they're getting a lot of fine play from their bench. This is something that Coach Boyles has done all season long, is play a lot of different people, and they've responded well for him.
Delaware working the ball around the perimeter, ends in the hands of Ebi Asamoah, and he got it through. Did that touch the backboard?
It did. It actually was a bank shot with a negative angle. An unbelievable stroke by Ebi, and they obviously needed that badly.
That'll win you a game of horse is what that'll do, but it'll also get Delaware some confidence perhaps on the offensive end. They got to do it defensively. Hunter missing a three. Good position by Clayton. Another offensive board, but he can't put back the gimme. Ripped through on the miss. The rebound by Christian Ray. Ray brings it up the floor. The point forward gets it to Ebi. Ebi's got 3 threes already in this one. Hens have made their last 5 shots after missing once 12 in a row. Jair Davis with the basketball, elbow right. Bumps into the bigger defender. He misses, tipped around. And Davis upset with himself not being able to convert at the rim there. Hunter with the basketball now for Ohio. Picks up his dribble to James, who has a three-pointer off the bench. He drives. Christian Ray reached in, I thought, cleanly, but because James lost his footing, it sold the foul, which will be called against Christian Ray. If James stays straight up and does not lose his footing, I don't think that's a foul. I think he sold it. My angle, at least,
he tripped off of Christian's foot as he drove by. Not that Christian extended his leg.
Yeah.
At the other end, Delaware did a really smart thing in their pick and roll. They short rolled a mini roll by Jair to get himself the ball in great position. Then he drove it in. He's just missing a couple of those in-close shots.
Wilson back in. He's fresh. Ebi took it away from him. A steal for the Hens. Down 39-25. Christian Ray on top to L.J. Owens. One dribble to his left, now a crossover. Back to the right side, between the legs dribble, L.J. Owens. Asamoah whips a pass to Nelson. Nelson finds Davis. Davis a jab step along the baseline. Backing down Dwight Wilson to his right hand. Fading away to the left, and Jair Davis knocks it in.
And the fadeaway was perfectly described by you, and that's something Jair does. He creates the space with the fadeaway. It's not that he's going up, sees the defender there, and then he has to force the fadeaway. It's a really well-executed shot in the mid-range by
now made
Jair.
6 of their last 7. A lob inside to Wilson is too long. A turnover, and Delaware, after being down 18, has a chance to get it within single digits if they can knock in a 3 on this possession, or at least back to 10 with a bucket.
We're running better offense at the other end, and we're playing better defense here, and some carelessness by Ohio. Every time Delaware fronts, you've seen Ohio try to lob the ball in, and that time it was a miscue and a bad pass.
Owens to Asamoah. McCoy in the game for Jair Davis. 3:55 left to go. Next whistle will bring us to a timeout. Asamoah on the dribble drive to the rim. Ebi Asamoah +1.
The key to that play was the very quick ball reversal from the top to the elbow. An aggressive closeout comes. Ebi attacks the closeout, gets inside, makes a terrific play. Really good offense by Delaware. They've settled down here, and they've taken Ohio's best shot.
7-0 run for the Hens, led by Ebi Asamoah. It brings us to a timeout with 3:49 left to go in the first half. In your Blue Hens Sports Network timeout score, Ohio 39, Delaware 29. In a tough contest, they're going to fight all the way through. A lot of basketball left.
They certainly do. They compete extremely well. They know this is a very long college game. Lots of timeouts, time to kind of reevaluate what you're doing. Ebby playing at a really high level. Just when Delaware needs it, he has been the man to provide the scoring and some good defense at the other end.
Best offensive game of the season so far for Asamoah. He's got 12 after the free throw. Some full court pressure by Delaware, and they get a steal. Ebby on the run, drops to Ray. Christian Ray back to Ebby Asamoah. Ebby to McCoy, and now Nelson will reset after getting the turnover. L.J. Owens on the dribble drive, slashing through, and a traveling violation for Owens as he slid when he tried to stop on a dime.
Sometimes you get going so quickly as you pull up, your feet get spread out beyond their normal base, and that usually creates some off-balance nature, and you typically slide your pivot foot. That's exactly what happened there to LJ. Just go a little bit slower into the lane, be under a little bit more body control.
Brown, leading scorer for Ohio, gets in close after the full court pressure. They broke that and got it into Wilson for a layup.
Well, they allowed Brown to get in much too deep, and then we helped up off of the big man down on the low baseline.
Nelson with some speed, with some power, draws the foul, can't convert, bounced out, but he'll shoot 2 at the line, somewhere that Nelson is very familiar with on the season, leads the CAA in free throws attempted and made.
That's Jameer Nelson at his best. A little change of pace, uses the ball screen, goes by his inside shoulder, draws the contact, holds the ball away to allow himself to get an opportunity to make the basket and get to the free throw line. Just outstanding driving offense by Jameer.
Nelson makes the first. He's got 6 double figures in every game this season. Another tough non-conference matchup for the Blue Hens. They have had such a difficult mid-major non-conference slate, playing teams at the top of the teams at the top of the Ivy League. They've played Penn, Cornell, Princeton. Siena has some really good wins on the season. Of course, Davidson, we know how good that program has been. And the Hens winners of 5 in a row coming into this one with Ohio coming to town. Makes his second, does Nelson. Nearly draws an offensive charge from Brown, no whistle. Roderick came off the bench and provided a spark earlier. Gets it to Wilson underneath. Guarded by Ray. A little hook shot, miss, and a rebound by Christian Ray with Delaware down 41-32. Here's Ray. Corner passes deflected and stolen away. Brown the other way. Stopped by McCoy. Hunter, extra pass, corner to Brown. And Miles Brown that time gets the tray ball in 6 of 12. Ohio's shooting from long range.
And Ohio's been really great in transition. They share the ball. They push it. McCoy did a good job of stopping the ball early on. But because of the numbers advantage, they found the open shooter in the deep corner.
It's not a good pass on the entry from McCoy. It was knocked away and landed out of bounds. Nearly another turnover for Delaware on back-to-back possession. But it'll be an inbound with 18 to shoot, 2:13 to play in the first half.
Those empty possessions by Delaware have really hurt as well. It's a turnover that leads directly to a basket at the other end.
Davis brings Wilson away from the basketball beyond the arc. Crossover dribble, downhill goes Jair, finds the angle but cannot get the bucket to go. On the run now, it's Hunter. Hunter leaves it for Brown. Brown driving inside the paint, right to left, up, but no one boxed out Roderick on the miss, and another offensive rebound and score.
When there's what I call transition, when there are people moving around, you're not as stabilized defensively. You've just got to turn and find somebody else. Roderick has really given them some great minutes off the bench.
Nelson now is stripped. Ball out of bounds. Ohio thought off the leg of Jameer. It'll stay Delaware basketball, though, with 1:41.
We talked about the great defense of Delaware throughout this run. It's also been the fact they've taken really good care of the ball. They've been averaging just under 10 turnovers a game. They have 4 at the moment.
Ohio asking for a review of that one. We got a glimpse of it.
Is this the NFL or something?
What, you throw a flag? Does Coach Bowles have a red flag to throw?
Last 2 minutes, not reviewable.
46-32 is the count. Delaware got it within 9 a moment ago, but a couple of good answers from Ohio with 3 and a putback. Davis from the mid-range. Pump fake on Wilson. Stops in the lane. Looking to pass back out. It's Nelson with 9 to work. Here comes Jameer. Double team as he brings to the corner. On top to Davis. The pass was off the mark. Davis now has to rush a 3 and did not get a clean look at a missed 3-point shot. 80 seconds left in this one. And Nelson tips it off of, I thought, off of A.J. Brown's hand. Looked like it touched Nelson and then touched Brown and then went out of bounds. they're saying directly off the hands of Nelson. Perhaps Delaware got the last call. Ohio will get this one.
Jameer is so quick defensively. Almost got the correct hand out in the passing lane there.
Hunter right to left. Wing bouncing with the left hand. Christian Ray picks him up. That means Nelson is left to defend Dwight Wilson. They're trying to feed him the basketball. Cannot. Miles Brown to A.J. Brown. Now on top to Roderick. The lefty drives with the right hand. Sends it back out. Hunter, the left-handed shooter over Christian Ray, and gets it to go. A contested three. Now 7 of 13. The Bobcats are shooting from distance.
Sometimes you just tip your cap. There's not much you could do there with the step back and off-balance shot.
Asamoah, he'll rise and fire again from three. Short this time. And Ohio will push the pace. 37 seconds left in the first half, and a bucket good from Hunter at the free throw line. 51-32, an 10-0 run by Ohio after Delaware got it to 9.
Game of runs opening by Ohio, then Delaware bangs themselves back into the game, and then another expansion here by Ohio because they're playing at their tempo.
10 seconds left for Jair Davis. Nelson with 7. Top of the key was 6. Double team comes, hooks the pass to Davis. Extra pass to Ray. Ray finishes it at the buzzer. So a positive play to end the first half, but a dominant performance by the Ohio Bobcats here at the Bob Carpenter Center in the first 20 minutes of action. Delaware was down by 18, got it to 9, trailed by 19 in the bucket a moment ago. Makes it a 51-34 advantage for the visiting team at the break.
Too many defensive lapses, Scott, and also some defensive rebounding lapses. A couple of droughts offensively where we really didn't get a good shot up, but when we settled down and played at our pace,